Hello everyone, it's Juniper checking back in with you guys again. We're getting ready to have a retrograde going. Saturn is going into retrograde tomorrow night into Pisces. So I have a lot of spell work that I've been doing for my customers, so I'm trying to get a lot done. But I just heard a rumor about Richard Allen confessing. So just excuse my mess, and I'm covering up my little star here because evidently my star upsets a lot of people. The star does not mean I worship the devil. Please don't think that I do that. There are some witches that do, and good for them. There are some practitioners out there that do all kinds of magic. I practice a form of folk magic. My mother is from the South, from Appalachia, and there's just some folk magic that I do, and we use the Bible. I also know how to use the Quran. I also know how to use Hinduism and the Kabbalah, and I use the Old Testament and the New Testament. Just because you see my star does not mean that I worship the devil. It's like some witches do worship the devil. I don't, okay? There's all kinds of forms of practicing magic out there. This represents yourself, your soul, your spirit, the north, the west, the south, the east, and the elements. The elements of water, air, fire, and earth. And some people abuse those elements. Just like you would see a Christian cross, someone taking a Christian cross and flipping that upside down. People can do that with our beautiful pentagram, and they can misuse it. So I mean, we have the same problems with our pentagram as well, or people, use its powers for not good. They can use it for evil too, but that's their own business. I don't practice that form of magic. Just so we're clear, okay? Anyway, I wanted to come on and check about, did Richard Allen actually confess to people that he killed the girls? I'm very curious to see what the tarot has to say. I'm looking for probably the chakra I speak to show up on his reading, which is the blue chakra. That's the one I'm looking for. More than anything, I'm curious if that's going to show up in his reading a lot. Also, if Mercury shows up a lot in his reading, I like to use these cards because they do. Look, look. Oh my goodness, look. Split the deck in half, and I already have the I speak chakras. I think he did confess, just splitting the deck in half. It would not surprise me if he did confess. Wow, that is crazy. Okay, so let's just see what tarot has to say. I'll pull a couple cards from the Dark Mirror, just to try to get a little bit into his psyche and see what that has to say. Maybe I'll pull some cards from the Haunted deck as well. So I'm just curious to see what will be said. All right, let's just check it out. Okay. Did Richard Allen confess to killing Abby and Libby? Spirit, did Richard Allen confess to killing Abby and Libby? Look, I got it again. That's extreme mental anxiety right there, man. Being locked away, being in isolation, being forced to be in isolation. Is he in isolation? I'm curious. Is Richard Allen in isolation? And those two cards kind of show that he is in isolation. All right, Spirit, is Richard Allen confessing to people in prison, and has he confessed to his own lawyers that he did kill Abby and Libby? Show me the cards if he did kill Abby and Libby and he actually confessed about doing it. All right, this is someone that's got an ongoing battle. The moon is secrets. I look at this card and I think that someone's not right in their head sometimes because of that bandage on their head and that You know, usually it's about being persistent and you're coming back to fight a war. But now that we're talking about Richard Allen, I mean, he might actually be starting to feel paranoid in his head, and he's just not right in his head. There's a lot of sadness and pain surrounding these girls' death. I mean, how heartbreaking, right? See, I'm trying to get it so you guys can see the cards this time because I kind of messed up last time. So there, you know, if the card is upright, that means that the card is open for love and spiritual guidance and, you know, an outpouring of love. But his card comes out reverse. I mean, people are pissed at him, okay? The cup, the hand on the cup is closed over, meaning that no love can enter his cup. People are upset and brokenhearted about what this man did to these girls. There might be some conflict, but this is the chakra that I was looking for. I speak. Do you see the blue one here? So, I mean, here this kind of tells me that he spoke, but there's some conflict about it. Fighting and arguing about how he spoke. There is, you know, they're defensive, and his lawyers are trying to protect him, but there's good old Saturn there. It worries me with court cases when Saturn does go in retrograde. I'm not going to lie. It does concern me. But it's going into retrograde in Pisces. And Pisces is all about, you know, your shadow self, spirits, ghosts, emotions, drugs, secrets, what's hidden, what's an illusion, right? So with Saturn going in retrograde, being a little bit more relaxed, but it's going into a relaxed sign that's all about the spiritual side. Pisces are about the hidden world that you don't see. You know, the spirit world, the fairy world, the Shangri-La world that you don't see. It's there, you know it exists, but you don't ever see it. Pisces are about that world. So, you know, Saturn not in retrograde is about restriction, but if it goes into retrograde, that kind of loosens up the restrictions. Just like when COVID was active, Saturn was, you know, super in charge. It showed restrictions, and then as soon as COVID was over, Saturn did kind of let us go, because Saturn represents the government as well. So this is the Queen of Cups in reverse. It makes me think that this could be his wife. I mean, the chakra that we're invoking here is IC. It's emotions. She's a very emotional queen. She's a fickle queen. Upright, she's a very loving mother. She's a great mom. But, I mean, this might just be emotionally... And I mean, she's the queen of emotions. And his wife, I truly believe, might be struggling with all of this. I'm not going to talk bad about his family. I don't believe we should talk about his family, because I believe that his family are victims too. I think what Richard Allen did was make a bunch of victims in one day. He made victims out of Abby and Libby's family. He made victims out of his own family as well. There's a lot of victims in this case, including his own family are victims too. And if you don't understand my take on that, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to talk bad about his wife or his daughter. You would at least suspect that your dad would do such a thing. Or your mom, or your husband, you know. So I truly believe that they didn't know about their dad. So that's just my take on it. I'm not going to talk bad about his family. We're just going to see what Spirit has to say. Intuition and secrets. Show me the cards for Richard Allen. Did he sing like a canary? Has he confessed to his own lawyers that he killed Abby and Libby? Did Richard Allen confess to killing the girls? Well, his lack of planning is here. You know, this is usually thinking that your ships are coming in if it's upright. This is his ego, the sun sign. And again, we have chakra, I speak, is invoked. So, I mean, maybe he spoke thinking that he would get a different outcome or they'd be easier on him. But it's lack of planning, that's for sure. He didn't get the response that he thought he was going to get when he did confess, if he did confess. So, this is actually I see. I'm sorry. I thought it was I speak. But lack of planning, for sure. All right, cards, Spirit, show me the cards about Richard Allen. Did he actually confess to killing the girls, to prison inmates, and to his own lawyers? And are his lawyers trying to restrict his confession somehow? Lack of money, lack of financial control. That's, you know, he has lost all his money, I'm sure. I'm sure his wife has lost her money. I don't, like I said, it's very sad. His choice to kill Abby and Libby, he just made a ton of victims. I mean, he looks like he's just wasting away in prison. He does not look good. He looks terrible. Abandonment, abandoning plans, walking away, letting go. Again, we got Saturn sitting here. He's not going to go home. Just like that Keegan Kline guy is not going to go home. I do feel like, you know, this is a card that has an eclipse in it, and that basically means, you know, shedding off the lies and getting to the truth. That deep introspection that we have to do with ourselves. Looking deep within inside ourselves, and you know, maybe he's actually developing some sort of a conscience. If he has confessed, I believe that they should allow his confession. I don't care how mentally unstable he is or not. If he's confessed, he's confessed. Has Richard Allen confessed to killing the girls? Has Richard Allen confessed to killing the girls? Imbalance, self-indulgence, SS clashing. So there's discord among his lawyer and him. Jupiter is truth and justice. Jupiter is on this card as well. That's Jupiter, the number 4. Jupiter and Saturn. I mean, those are the 2 planets that represent law, guys. Truth and justice and law. So, I mean, he's going to be held accountable. No doubt he's going to be held accountable. And, you know, with this card, with the this is I speak. See it? The chakra I speak, which is like a confession. And then after he has made these confessions, look, it's made all this conflict. And I don't get that. Has Richard Allen confessed to killing the girls? He's trying to hold on to everything he's got, but he's got to let go of his possessions. He's got to let go of his ego. Leo is about yourself, your ego. He's got to get rid of his possessions. He can't hold on to the life that he once had. You know, this is holding on to your possessions and being stingy about it. And do we have I speak? We have I speak. So he's confessed because he wants to make a deal or he wants to hold on to something. So right there, that tells you guys he spoke. And he's speaking because he has a plan to it. but it's not working out the way that he thought. So this is his possessions again. This is the King of Pentacles. This is about your money. And he's, you know, it's a mature, grounded male. I feel like this would be more like a lawyer to him. It could be him too, but I feel like it's more his lawyer looking out for him. I mean, lawyers, we can't be mad at his lawyers because we want him to have a fair trial. Okay, again, we got Jupiter, which makes me feel that that's truth and justice. Truth and justice. And did we get I speak? No, we got I see. All right, one more card for Richard Allen. Has he confessed to killing the girls? I mean, it looks like he has so far with this reading. Star card, yeah. This is it's a very well-known case. So, I mean, this is child abuse, sexual abuse as well. I don't know if you guys can see it. Having secrets. Pisces is about things that are hidden. Sexual abuse, bad news, childhood issues. So, I would not be surprised if he's got some hidden secrets about his past. Maybe he was sexually abused. I don't know, but he really didn't. He really didn't plan for tomorrow when he did what he did. Lacking balance. I mean, this could be him lacking mental balance, but lacking organization. But also, this is your money. Remember, the coin suite is your money, and he's lacking funds. He's truly unconcerned with the feelings of others, so don't think that if he did confess, it's not because he cares about the victims. He doesn't. He's confessing because he wants to make a bargain. Or there's something to it. There's some type of bargaining chip here. It's not because he's a nice guy. Don't think that. No way. No way is he a nice guy. There is a method to his madness. It's like playing chess. You know what I mean? Being a lawyer is like playing a very strategic chess game, and you have to be smart. Okay, the lawyer, both defense and state lawyers have to be smart. And I truly believe there's enough evidence out there to prove that he did do it. That's just my own personal opinion. Please don't attack me. That's my own personal opinion. But I think that he is connected to that child trafficking ring somehow. I haven't done the astrology charts on it, but I took a glance at it, and he doesn't look good. He doesn't look good in the astrology either, and I'm just being honest. This is the Three of Swords. You know, that's betrayal. He's betrayed somebody. Can even be two victims, including his own family. His Chariot, you know, he's not going anywhere, and he's running out of choices. I mean, there might be still some options available to him, but not much. Show me the cards about Richard Allen and his confession. I mean, like this Chariot card to me, maybe he confessed because he's trying to get to go somewhere with this, but I don't feel like it's working out in his favor. When he confessed, it wasn't the outcome that he expected, or it's not the bargaining chip that he wanted, is what I feel. You know, that can be his wife and daughter. You know, he's lost his whole entire family. He's made victims of his own family, too. That's not having enough money. He's having some financial issues. So, it's the Fool card. He's not being very smart. Show me about Richard Allen, please. King of Pentacles, we got the King of Pentacles here. I mean, he's having some financial problems. The Emperor in reverse. Yeah, he's having some financial problems. And, you know, he's not in a powerful position here, not at all. And that can be also an abuse of power, corrupt justice, or somebody dropped the ball. Let's see what the dark mirror cards say. I'm going to look at this too. Dark mirror. Let's just see what it says. Don't get anything interesting. I'm sure his family is struggling financially. I mean, I don't know where his wife is living or where they went, but I mean, I'm sure it's got to be hard. Like I said, if you murder somebody, you make victims out of your own family. If you take a life, you're disrupting your own family's life too. It's very sad. Show me the cards about Richard Allen and his confession. Hiding your true self. This is someone that's got two faces, you guys. He had two separate lives. I mean, he really did. I should tell you right there. He had two faces. And he was hiding in plain sight for a long time, wasn't he? Forgetting oneself. It kind of looks like the drawing of the younger sketch. You remember how they had the older man sketch and then the younger man, but you know, this guy's wearing a mask too. Can't see the soles of his eyes. Just like he couldn't see his eyes because he's always got a baseball cap on. He's always covering his face to some degree. This man wears a mask. He definitely wears a mask as far as I'm concerned. Show me the cards for Richard Allen, please, Spirit. Ugh, I kind of got chills right now. I don't like how I feel asking about him with these cards. It feels gross. His energy is really gross. Bride in a cage. That's probably his wife. Ugh, every time I see this card. I pulled this card for fragmentation. I pulled this card for Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow. And Masquerade. Yeah, this man wears a mask. He's worn a mask the whole time. Every time I see this card, I think of Tylee Ryan. Let me just read to you what Tylee Ryan's card says. So sad. That's how I knew. When I pulled this card for Tylee Ryan, that's how I knew she was dismembered. I knew immediately that she was dismembered and burned. So, losing a sense of self, crescendo of noise, a descendo of pain, and prelude to nothingness, going dark. If I were to cut off my legs, would I still be me? If I were to carve out my heart, would I still be me? If my flesh would turn to stone, if my lungs were emptied of air, if my dream to fly were to be forced in chains and hanged out like an expired balloon, would I still be me? Broken beyond recognition, not by the shallow sight of bystanders, can pity, but who can't understand, I cannot even recognize myself. That is how I knew that Tylee Ryan was dismembered and burned. It talks about being burned too. A heart being cut out and burned. It's so sad. And this is a masquerade. I mean, Richard Allen is two people. He had two lives, guys. No doubt. Taking shortcuts, not doing your job well, not fulfilling commitments, lazy, causing more work for others, That's his lawyers. Obviously, that's his lawyers. Just pull a few of these cards. See what they say. Oops. Someone being irresponsible. Yeah. Lack of accountability. Interesting. No money, no talk. Like I said, I mean, he's waiting. He's either this confession had money attached to it, or something's up with this confession. No money, no talk. That's creepy. Hustling, getting to the bag at all costs. So I mean, don't think that he's confessing that he killed the girls to be nice. No way is he confessing I killed the girls to be nice. There's a reason to his confession, guys. It's not because he's a nice guy. Don't think that. There's something up with it. There's a connection to it, and you might have to do something with Keegan Kline. I don't know. But there's a hook, line, and sinker. He's not a nice guy. Don't think that for a second. Look at him. He's like absolutely wasting away. The guilt is eating him alive. There's no doubt that the guilt is eating him alive. Water sign. I'm not sure if there's a water sign involved in this. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. He's got bad habits. Can be sexual addictions, suffering from toxic addictions. I mean, the addictions can stem to all kinds of things. Even being a pedophile is an addiction. Let's see if we get one more outcome card for Richard Allen's confession. I looked at the astrology chart, and he doesn't look good. I'm going to tell you that right now. His astrology looks like shit. The event chart for that area, yeah, he looks guilty. Just going to put that out there. Third party situation. See, I do think that there is someone else involved. Absolutely. He's an energy drainer. I can only imagine what his wife went through living with him. Toxic connection. Their relationship was constant fighting on thin ice. I think she's trying to maintain the relationship because deep down she wants him to be innocent, but you know, I do believe that there's too much evidence against him. Once they start to like put it all out there and connect the dots, I mean, the defense has to poke holes in the state's case and their evidence. They're supposed to poke holes in everything, but I honestly believe that when push comes to shove, he's gonna look guilty with the evidence that they have. I do believe he's gonna look guilty. So. The 8th house is the house of death. So, I mean, he's the angel of death, isn't he? So, all right. I just wanted to see what the cards had to say about, these aren't his cards. These just fell out. These aren't his cards. The 8th house is his card. This isn't his card. These are his cards here. So, 8th house of death, third party situation, bad habits, no money, no talk. I mean, yeah, he didn't confess because he's a nice guy. There's a shortcut to it, okay? There's a third party involved. I would not doubt it. And that makes me think of the child pedo ring, the biggest child pedophile ring, and how, you know, Keegan Kline was dating the girl at the slumber party that Abby and Libby went to, or one of the girls was at a sleepover party, And, you know, that's how he got pictures of the girls. It's how he started to catfish them. So there is a connection there with Keegan Kline. I know a lot of people don't want to believe that, but there is. It's through the sleepover and his girlfriend, the young girl that he was dating. Her sister's sleepover party, either Abby or Libby went to it. So, all right. I just wanted to see what Spirit had to say about Richard Allen. In my opinion, he doesn't look good. I do believe he did confess, and I think they're trying to rebuttal that, and they're trying to make it into something that it's not. I believe that he confessed to help his family, or there's an attachment to his confession. So, and I mean, just look at the man. He's absolutely falling apart, guys. He's wasting away, and that is pure guilt. All right, God bless everyone. I will be back tonight with some burnings. M, I have your burning coming up tonight. B, your burning is coming up tonight too. So I'll see you guys soon. I'm trying to get all this done before Saturn goes into retrograde. And I really hope Saturn going into retrograde doesn't affect Richard Allen's case. I hope that it doesn't. We'll just pray that, you know, that Archangel Michael will come through and truth and justice shall prevail. Okay? All right. Take care, everyone. I'll see you later on tonight for the burnings. God bless. Bye-bye.